Oh yes, risk it for the biscuit. And there we go. You don't really have to do it for very long. I just feel like, gotta get it out of there. Also, anytime you find a pile of books like this, if you hate, disorganization more than I do, then this will bring a tear to your eyes. Beautiful. Now over here, oh, got the widescreen over here. Well, here, let's do something like this. I have a question I must ask. Oh, corrupted data. It's still following me. Am I speaking to the owner? Hello. Just gonna go in. There you go. All right, what do you make of that? Pixel! Oh, body required for download. Enter the door, turn on, find body. That's creepy. Okay, I'm gonna go now. So that'll just keep sort of going on and on for a while. So let me see. What is this? I hate vermouth. It's disgusting. I don't know why people like it so much. So this room is pretty sketchy. Looks like they mined some Bitcoin in here, but what we have to do is power it by way of 4 different batteries. And trust me, these are actually pretty easy to find. First one's up here. Pretty nice. We'll go and grab it, stick it in the little hole, and then there will be another one right over here. Thank you. Fairly straightforward. I will say, this carpet is a little unusual. I don't know how I feel about it. I think, if I didn't see the center of it, I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess it's a carpet. But in that state, not a huge fan. So we have a hidden one right over here we can go and grab. Just go and toss you in there. And by moving this stack of, I guess, electronics, we'll go and take the last one. So, hooray! Saving the day, powering the computer. It needs 4 whole gigawatts of energy to function. Ooh. And then we have that room. Sketchy. I already thought this side room was a little underutilized, if you ask me, but this is interesting. Not really a whole lot to do in here, but you do have this robot that apparently was playing VR or cosplaying as Johnny Five, just hanging out there. Not quite the body that computer was looking for. But jumping across over here, we have a drone companion. I guess if we knock it over, hey, what do you know? Let's take it. So once we have this, we're gonna go and set it on this little, I guess, computer module thing, and be prepared to meet our new best friend. And with that, we have freed our new friend and companion from the confines of the mainframe. And he can't seem to remember exactly who he is. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But apparently, this one worked for a scientist who lived here, or at least used to. But from now on, we can call it B12, because, that's who helped develop the game. If not, made it what it is. So, I know how to handle myself, of course I do. So let's get out of here. Gonna have to follow our new friend, and let's go and grab the keys. Fortunately for us, B12 is able to digitize items and put it into our inventory, so that's nice. That seems like a pretty underrated skill if you ask me. But it's already low battery, as you can expect, out of the box. So I have to put on a charging vest? Uh-oh. Oh, I love this so much. If you've ever had a cat and tried to put any kind of like shirt or vest, or, you know, we'll take cats out on their harnesses, this is exactly what they do. And it is like such a perfect encapsulation of how they would act. So, poor little Theo. Okay, well, let's go make our way back into the kitchen area, because that's how you stop getting into this mode. Just gotta wiggle waggle our way over there. Come on. There you go. So the backpack was designed for quadrupeds, and it is quite uncomfortable. All right, so thank you for digitizing the key, and we can now open the inventory. You're not gonna have to really resort to this very often. It's not very useful. You can examine things and look at them sometimes, but it's nothing like, you know, Resident Evil 2 or something where you have to interact with it, so. We also have memories, of which there are 27 in the entire game, and we are going to find all of them. But yeah, some will be pretty easily missed. And if you can see that there is a lighter shade of gray for it, that'll indicate that you can find that in the chapter you're currently in. So if like there's 4 of these that are light gray, well then you'll be able to find 4 in that chapter. So it's nice that they kind of break it up like that. So if I'm ever curious, I can show it, or to others, which is interesting. It's like, is this okay, mommy? But to every single sentient robot we find out in the world. So let's go ahead and open up right over here, and this will take us to the hallway. Now, a new addition that could be kind of useful is a torchlight. Trust me when I tell you that you will never really need this. Ooh, piano. This is lovely. I love it. But one of the main reasons why you want to come in here is because there is a hidden code to the pad out there. So go and move that. And the code is 3748. So I think that'll be usually pretty consistent. But let's go and use it on over here. And you have to use square, which is kind of annoying, but that's all right. Let's step outside into the city once more. Oh, and anytime you come up in a dialogue box, your torchlight goes out, and it's completely independent of your cat's movement, so. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do it. But first, I will travel by way of Bucket once again, and just below us, as you would expect, even more nesting places of those Zerks. I hate it. But that's okay. Now, speaking of inventory and memories, here's the site of our first and arguably most important one. The outside. Yeah, perhaps B12 has been there before, but this could very well be where I came from, or Theo in this case. But apparently B12 promised someone they would go there. Who? Who, I ask? Well, there's a postcard left behind of the mural painted behind it. So let's take it. Hooray! Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, how did they get here? Why is this robot sentient? This AI appears to have emotions. Or maybe it doesn't. But there we have it, the only memory of this chapter, so that's good. Now from here, take a walk on the wild side, head on down, and even more of those paint buckets. This kitten can have as many buckets as it wants. Oh, but happy house ahead. Ooh, and also robots, or at least humanoids. All right. Yeah, this is not good. Make sure you don't get hurt by those. I'm out. Later days. Let's climb up here, and it's kind of hard to see. You gotta sneak on through this way, and oh, that's interesting. Welcome to the slums. A robot sweeping the alleyway. Hello, hi. Oh no, that's not good. Are you? Oh, it's running. He's running. All right, well, how about over here? Ooh, grandma's shop. Nice. So everyone's running. Hello, Elliot, or at least Elliot's friend. Interesting. You can't run in this section, by the way. Oh, hobbling into the bar, I see. Well, this took a bit of a turn. Sir, how's it going? Oh boy, that was a lot of jargon. So these robots, of course, seem to have their own language, but luckily for us, B12 is able to act as a translator. So this one goes by the name of Guardian. Not familiar with us, which is fine, so long as I don't eat anyone. You know, it sounds fine by me. Didn't quite have the appetite for steel as I wanted to. Although I do have a bit of an iron deficiency. Well, now that we're not on lockdown, we can actually speak like sentient beings. You know, the civilized one. But this is a being simply known as Guardian. So, what do I need? And we'll be able to show him the old postcard here. Hooray! Except Momo, we can talk to him, but he's given up on trying to leave. That's not good. He lives up in the building with the orange neon sign. Oh! Well, isn't that just convenient? So we'll be heading there soon enough, but there is a lot of things we need to attend to first, and in case you really need help on figuring out where to go, B12 be so kind as to summarize essentially what we need to do. So Momo's our only lead we have for getting out of here because he's the last remaining outsider. So we're gonna do a little bit of exploring first, starting with the bunker, because this is gonna have the site of a lovely rug here that we can go back to making biscuits on. I love it. Also, meowing will indicate a couple of different emotions from these fair fellows, some of which we can meet, but a lot of the times these NPCs don't really give you anything of interest. You can show them whatever you want, but their general dialogue is the same as everyone else. But yeah, Ronan here is gonna be 374 years old tomorrow, go figure. Yeah, what a shame, it's just a dream. This one did not seem very happy about me. Angela, and we've also got this one. Oh, Johan, cool. Well, I'm sorry to have ruined your meditation cycles, but didn't seem like you were doing much else. So, in addition to being able to translate their tongue, they can also do their text. So, the soft ones left us this city, and this home is their legacy. Yeah, so as you could have probably guessed, that probably means, you know, people. So this area is pretty sprawling and there's a lot of different ways to go, so I'm going to try to do this in as convenient a way as possible, starting with this lovely game of throw the ball into the trash, because that'll go ahead and pop you the boom chakalaka, and welcome. This man is known as Azus, and he is the barkeep, or barter keeper, I think. Bart keep, where did that even come from? Well, yes, the merchant, let's just call him that. They call him something weird like barter man or something. So basically we're gonna have to bring him specific things, and this will be a memory. So for 3 energy drink cans, you'll go ahead and trade us that, but you won't accept anything else. We also have electric cables, which is required to beat the game. We'll need a super spirit detergent. That's the best he can do, can't go no lower. And of slightly lesser importance, we have a music sheet. This is 1 of 8 we'll need to collect in order to give to a musician who will then allow us to snuggle up next to him and listen to some dulcet tunes. So for only 1 energy can drink, we can be praised with that. Now you, Lido! We're fortunate to have these items to help us defend against the Zergs. Huh, interesting. So fake pictures like this, all talking about the outside, it's a beautiful dream. Everyone here is just a bunch of haters, you know? So you can explore around here a little bit. Once you've played this area enough, you'll see like the little spots that you can take shortcuts to and from. It's kind of interesting, but otherwise that doesn't quite lead to too many areas. And you, sir, I didn't know you appeared here now. Well, this is Roshi, takes care of the plants, which is kind of interesting, but they're specifically the ones that require very little light. And with just a bit of water, look how big they get. Yeah. Wait, what's a beach? Why is it 90 miles long? Now, This here is the musician I was talking about. He's really down on his luck, and his name is Morusk. Yes, doesn't have any songs, which is unfortunate. So we will be bringing him all the sheet music, and the thing that's kind of a bummer about that is that you have to listen to so many pieces of music for such a long period of time. I'm just gonna cut it all out because it will just take too long to just sit there and wait for him to finish. But after we do that, we get a badge and a trophy. Plus, you can interact with this vending machine and take our first energy drink. There will be only 4 of these that we can find throughout the world, and it really won't be hard to find. One of them is, but the rest, not so much. Of more greater importance, however, is a paper bag where your controls are completely reversed. It's incredible, I love it. But remember, if you click down R3, you can actually reverse the controls and then just go like normal. So, I think you can just do this the one time, but eventually it'll spawn back. So there we go. It's so funny, I love it. Just messing up your controls like that. Now this leads into the sewer, and we will be heading here soon, but right now it is being condemned on account of all the zerks, so stay in the safe zone. But last but not least, before we move on, there is a safe's mysterious password. Interesting. So we can't quite do anything about that because it's written in such text that we have no idea what it's about. Follow the numbers, but it's a binary language. All right, well, we might be able to decipher this one way or another. But fortunately, I think I do know it. It would be 1283. There we go, just so I don't have to come back here later. And that is our first piece of sheet music. Hooray! I'll show you guys where we can find where you're supposed to solve that. But if we go ahead and give Morusk the first, or technically the last one, he will play us one song. And I'll just show you guys what it's like here. Unfortunately, it's a little unreadable. Yeah, feel free to enjoy while I take a nice little nap. That's a fantastic way to end that, but you have to sit there and wait so long for him to finish before you can give him the next sheet of music if you have it. So it's kind of tragic that it worked out that way, but that's fine. I probably will save like a little video at the very end just showing all of them in a row, just nice and edited, no commentary, and it'll be a good time. But we can find them all right now, so we'll go ahead and do that. But first, anytime you see these little green sparkles, you can remember something. And this is great for B12. Yeah, so companions have evolved so much. And simple AI merely imitated human art, but now it's even creepier. This is all their own. Yeah, so making art is important in desperate situations. And in these desperate times, a lot of art will need to be made. So kind of a weird spot, but as you can see, there are 7 memories we need to pick up here. And I will probably end up missing one on accident, so for that, I'm sorry. But that basically does it for everything on both sides of the bunker here. We'll probably end up returning to the merchant at some point. But now we have a couple different ways to go. We could either head to the right-hand side, go to the laundromat, we can go to the left and meet up with the old grandma, or we could head to the bar, which is gonna be our first place. So yeah, his name is Barterman. That's right. But these are all pretty important and Elliot programming, so yeah. Who are you, sir? Or ma'am? Teddy. From far away, I guess I do sort of look like a Zerk. Don't be fooled, those things chew through metal. Yeah, so they do consume our friends here. So this is the outside that Momo keeps talking about, that raving lunatic. Thank you. So let's step inside the bar. This place is pretty lovely. We've got this patron over here. You want something? How do you feel about an energy drink? Yeah, Barterman. Barterman. You can also change the jukebox here. I will say, the music in this game is very good. It reminds me a lot of the Telltale games, specifically I would say probably Wolf Among Us, but also Mass Effect, which is interesting. Hello, sir. Good new around here. Well, can you tell me something about this energy drink? No, he's not thirsty. All right, what about the postcard? A nice picture of the outside. Momo's a real fan of that. Yeah, so everyone is pretty heavy-handed about where you need to go. So in case you wanted to figure out exactly how to, find that text, there you have it. I don't know why I called it text, the code. But I think that's basically everything down here, right? We could maybe translate this photo. Oh, it's the employee of the month, Jacob. He's working right now. Man, talk about good luck. But you definitely want to head upstairs because there is another spot to remember things. What is this? Drinks? This is interesting. Why do robots have to drink? Yeah, do they consume this? Yeah, they didn't even have a digestive system. But they evolved by mimicking humans. That's depressing. Yeah, that's fine. So thank you for that. And in case you really want to, we can also scratch on this a little bit. There we go.